exciting review and tutorial for you today. It is using and reviewing the Smashbox Full Exposure eyeshadow palette. Oh, this palette is stunning. I have been seeing this in so many kind of US beauty vlogger videos recently, and it is just beautiful, absolutely stunning. I believe it's about £36 and you can buy it from Smashbox, and I think there's free shipping involved, and they send out a couple of samples with each purchase, so I think it's a really good deal. You get 14 shades. The difference with this palette though, and it looks like this, just stop waving the box around and show you the palette, it looks like this in case you don't know. The difference with this is you get 7 mattes and 7 shimmers. They've really gone for a different type of demographic with this palette, I think, because it's not kind of aimed at people to begin with who are kind of au fait and savvy with eyeshadow application. So I think it's nice that Smashbox have kind of taken this palette back to basics in that sense. And the reason I say that is because it comes with this little pull down card, and there are 7 different eye shapes here. And these have been identified as like the 7 most, what's the word, not popular, that's not the word, the 7 most common archetypal eye shapes, let's just say, 7 most popular eye shapes. So anyway, I know what I mean, but the 7 kind of archetypal, most common eye shapes, and they've polled so many different, thousands of people around the world for this, and it shows you, depending on your eye shape, and if you don't know your eye shape based on this card, you can scan the back of the box. There's a QR scan code on there with your phone, and it'll help you on the a designated page on the website to kind of determine your eye shape. But the first one is almond, which I believe is my eye shape. That's the first one, and it helps you with your best day look, your best night look, and your best defined look, and it tells you exactly where to put the shades and in what order. And I just think it's really very helpful if you're somebody that doesn't really know too much about that, too much about blending and stuff like that. So I think it's interesting that they kind of helped people that don't know too much about eyeshadow application. So it's less daunting, I think, in that respect. So I do like the fact that they've done that. Not a lot of companies do that. A lot of companies just kind of imagine that everybody knows where to put eyeshadow and how to apply it, and that's not always the case. So I like that. That's a cute little card, very helpful. It also comes, this palette, with a sample size of their Full Exposure Mascara, which I've never used before today, and you'll see me use it in the tutorial coming up after this little review. I really like it. The wand is massive. Look at the wand, it's huge, but it's really nice, and strangely enough, very, very nice to use on the bottom lashes, even though the wand is massive and you wouldn't think so. It's very, very nice. So you get, they said it's a 5-week supply of mascara in that little tube, which I think is great. I like that. I like it when palettes come with like little extras. I'm funny like that. The palette itself, as I just said, looks like this. Really lovely. There aren't shade names for the colours. There's like the shimmery side is just S1 to S7, and the mattes are M1 to M7. I was kind of a little bit disappointed that it didn't have names, but then I suppose if they're aiming it to begin with at people that don't really know too much about eyeshadow, I guess fancy names really aren't necessary. It's just kind of unnecessary for a palette like this. So I get why they've done that. So they can kind of be forgiven for that, because it's not really, I guess it's not really necessary in this instance. And let me just show you, you get a lovely full-size mirror. The mirror is really nice size, not warped at all. And then if I just show it to you upside down, because I don't want to blind you, this is what the palette looks like. So you get your shimmers up the top, but to you they're down the bottom. You get your shimmery shades, everything from kind of really nice taupes, which I used in this tutorial. You get your 2 kind of different shades of gold. There's like kind of a proper gold, you know, like an antique gold, and then like a pink tone gold. You also get like kind of like a shell pink. That's really pretty, I like that. And then you get your kind of olive green, and you get your darker shimmery shades, which are along this kind of row here. I think they're just stunning. And then of course, I'm sure the row that everyone will get so much use out of is the matte shades. They're all down the bottom here. I just adore them. I think they're lovely. You do get a matte black, but it's kind of a charcoaly black, so I think that's perfect for if you don't want to use eyeliner. You can just smudge that along the lash line. You get a really nice matte brown. You get these 2 beautiful colours here. I use this one on my brow bone, this light kind of eggshell colour here. You get a kind of a nice kind of pinky shade, another kind of light pinky shade, and then the darker defining brown colours here. I really, really like this palette. I think it's so versatile. I think it is one of the most versatile palettes I've seen in a very long time, purely because all the colours in it are usable. They're wearable for every day. You don't have like any purples in there, or kind of like eggplanty colours, or anything that's really kind of, you know, a lot of people look at it and go, I'm never going to wear that. These are all really wearable, usable, versatile shades, and I think they've really excelled themselves with this palette. They are stunning. Really, really beautiful. Oh. You also get with this palette, which I like, and I used this in the tutorial, and I said in the tutorial this is a first for me, because when palettes come with brushes, I never use them, ever. But I love this brush. This is the this is for shimmery shades here, and it's black on one side and white on the other, which I think is a great idea, so you don't muddy your brush if you want to use one of the darker shimmery shades. And then you get this side, which is fluffy, which is for the matte shades. And I actually use this. I think it's fantastic. I never, ever, ever use brushes that come with palettes, but this is a proper sturdy brush. I really like this brush, so I was kind of surprised about that. So yes, I'll link it down below and all the information regarding it, and let's get on to the tutorial. So first of all, let me see. I have no idea what I'm going to use. I think I am going to start off with this. It's the bottom row, but it's actually the top row. I think I'm going to start off with this shimmery gold just here, this one here, and I'm going to put that all over the lid. And I'm going to use the white side of the shimmery, designated shimmery brush, if you know what I mean. So let's see what this is like. I'm just going to pat it on rather than sweeping it, because these are quite shimmery. It's nice that they're shimmery, but they are quite shimmery, so I don't want to get too much fallout. So I think if you pat it on, you'll probably minimise the fallout a little bit. Okay, so that is that shimmery gold shade all across the lid. That's all they've done so far. I'm now going to take the other end, which is the fluffy end, which I also haven't used, and I am going to be taking this kind of medium brown just here, and I'm going to put that into my crease. That's kind of a pretty shade. I like the look of that, so I'm just going to pick some of that up. Ooh, pretty. All the mattes are very, very nice. So let me see, what are we going to do now? I think I'm going to do my brow highlight now. So I'm actually going to use my brow highlight. I'm going to use another matte. I'm going to use this one here, just at the top here, which is kind of like a buttery, just off-white, I suppose. And I'm going to use the black side of my little brush for that. These are really easy to work with. It makes such a nice surprise. Because you just never know with palettes. Do new ones, you know, you just test them out and you think sometimes, I don't know, but actually these are really easy to work with. I would imagine this is incredibly foolproof if you're just kind of starting out. I'm going to darken up the outer corner of my lid a little bit, and for that I am going to use, I think I'm going to use this beautiful kind of shimmery taupe here. It's stunning. Wow, that is really pretty. And I'm going to use the fluffy side for that. That's pretty. And just kind of pop that into the outer corner. And then blend it over a little bit. That is pretty, I like that. It's a really nice shade. I like these shadows because using them, you can't tell when you swatch them, but using them, they're not chalky at all. You know, like there's not glitter and powder and everything all over the place when you dip your brush in, which is nice. Just like so. That's a really pretty combination. I really like that. A bit closer. It's kind of like a warm, kind of taupey, goldy, smoky eye. Very subtle for the daytime, which is nice. So now, that is pretty. That is very pretty. I like that. Anyway, so now I'm going to add a liner. Let me see what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to keep it with the kind of subtle theme. I don't really want a black. What do I want? Decisions. I think I'm going to go with West from Urban Decay. It's kind of like a dark chocolatey brown. It's a pretty shade, so I'm going to put that on my top lash line. So that's the liner all on. I really like that liner, I've never used it before, it's really nice. So it kind of just ties it all in, because actually these colours, they're coming up a little bit warmer than they actually are on camera, in person, but these colours are actually kind of really nice and very, very warm. Oh, I didn't expect that, but it's nice. So underneath the lower lash line, I'm just going to go in with the shimmery gold that I used all over the lid, which is this one. This one here. I'm going to pop some of that on. And I'm going to use for that, I'm going to use a different brush because this brush is a little bit big for underneath the lower lash line. Like so. I'm going to add a little bit of the Wester liner from Decay just at the outer portion. Just so it kind of ties in. Very subtle difference, but it's there. Like so. And then in my waterline, excuse me, my voice is down. In my waterline, I'm going to put the Rimmel Scandaleyes pencil in Nude. I love this pencil. So, I'm going to see what this is like. The brush on this is massive. Goodness. Let's see. Okay, so that is the look I came up with using the Smashbox Full Exposure palette. Very daytime appropriate, I think. I mean, you could completely X the liner altogether, you don't need that if you thought it was a little bit too much, but I really like it. I think it's really, really nice. Lovely palette. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys, kind of tutorial and review. And if you own this palette, then please let me know the looks you would like to see using it, because I'm going to film quite a few different looks, kind of nighttime, and maybe I might do like a day to night look with it, because I think it's perfect for that. But I think the palette in itself is stunning. So yeah, let me know your thoughts if you own it. Let me know if you're planning on buying it. Yeah, so I hope that was helpful, and I will see you guys very, very soon.